Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to another video on Jujutsu Infinite. So today we're gonna be exploring the new soul manipulation rework. So if y'all like the video, make sure to subscribe. Definitely subscribe. Leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments what you would like to see next, and let's get straight into it. Alright, so I did test it earlier in PvP, and I'm not gonna lie, it's not terrible, but personally, I don't think I'm gonna be changing my kits, including the moves. But I'm gonna go ahead and showcase each move. So the first move right here, Deformed Fist, is the same as last time. It does a lot of damage, so it's really good as a combo ender. So yeah, not too much to say about that. It's just good combo ender, really good damage. It does about 1100, give or take, just depending on what set you use. So yeah, okay. So one thing about this move though is that it does block break. Now the only issue with that is in PvP, your opponent's never going to be standing still like that, so it's going to be really hard to get that block breaker off. So if you want to use this as a combo ender, that's cool, but like I wouldn't recommend it as a combo starter. Just trying to, you know, block break and get into a combo. I wouldn't recommend it for that, just because there's so many better block breaking alternatives. Alright, so the next move on this kit is going to be Blade Rush. It's a move where you just take your blade, you rush around, and then you pull them to you with a string at the end. Now the only issue is that that string does not exist in PvP, so even if you hit them while they're not blocking and rush through them, when you get to the end, the string is not going to bring them to you, so you can't combo start off of it. And just for that reason alone, I do not recommend it for PvP. And it also does not block break, so just in general, it's not a great move right now. So the next move on this kit is Soul Touch. Now, the way Soul Touch works, you're supposed to build up transfiguration. Like you can see the little blobs all over their skin. You're supposed to build those up by using different moves like Flesh Drill, Deformed Fist. Those add more circles to them, and Soul Touch scales with the circles. So you use Soul Touch on them, grabs them for a second. That was 1000 damage because it was 2 of them. So I guess it's about 500 damage per blob. So this move overall, it's not great, just because you have to use like the majority of the soul manipulation kit for it to be viable. So unless you're using like majority soul manipulation moves, I would not recommend it. Now the other thing is that it also block breaks, but still, even with that, I don't recommend, just because, you know, it doesn't do a ton of damage. Only like 100 damage if you don't have any soul manipulation blobs on them. Alright, now we're on to one of the better moves in the soul manipulation kit. So this one's called Flesh Drill. Basically, you can either single tap it or you can hold it down longer to increase the damage in AoE. But essentially it's going to do like around 300, 350 damage, and it pulls the enemy in to combo start. So that can be really good if your aim is good. And another thing is that move also block breaks. So if we come over here to the blocking dummies, as y'all can see, that makes for a decent block breaker. And speaking of block breaker, our next move is going to be Distorted Inflation. This is the new move that they added to the kit, or that they reworked completely. Essentially, it's going to toss you up in the air, distort your own body, and bounce down and do around 500 damage and block break the opponent. So honestly, I could see this move being pretty decent. The only issues, one has a very long cooldown. If I had to compare this move, I believe it's very similar to the red reversal on Infinity, just because you get iframes for that minute, for that second that you're in the air, and so like you can use it as a counter to hit your opponents when they come in for a decent bit of damage, and potentially combo start off of it. So that is a decent move. I think if you use it properly, it can be good. The next move on this kit is going to be Soul Isomer. Now this one, it just spawns in a soul manipulated body, and it just attacks the nearest entity, so the nearest player in PvP. Now to be honest, it's not terrible. It can confuse the enemy. It can rush in and get a combo started for you, and you can rush in while it's M1ing. But overall, I would not recommend using it, just because there's so many better moves that you can use in a higher level PvP. But it's not terrible, so if you do want to use that, it definitely can be viable. And the next part of this kit is going to be the Instant Spirit Body of Distorted Killing, which is just a mode. It has a little cutscene to it, and you get 1 second of iframe as soon as you get out, just so that you can block and you don't get instant rush out of it. But basically, honestly, this is a good mode. It increases the damage a lot, so as y'all saw, that was doing about 555 before, and now it's almost 700, so it's a pretty decent damage increase. And then it also spawns in an isomer when you do it, so that's a free isomer, you know, free move right there. So that would be an alternative way to get that isomer out if you want to. But overall, yeah, just decent mode. If you do use the kit, I would recommend this because I think everybody should have a mode in their PvP kit. Okay, so the last part of this kit is going to be the domain, the self-embodiment of perfection. Now, obviously, that is a really dope animation, but the way this domain works is when you M1, you can see more of the little blobs appear on the body. So then when you use Soul Touch, boom, you can do crazy amounts of damage because it's okay. So now for the reason y'all clicked on this video, is soul manipulation worth using after the changes? In my personal opinion, no. I'm gonna put up an image of the changelog on the screen for y'all, but overall this is an innate that really focuses on using a majority of its kit. It's not one where you can really just use only 1 or 2 moves and be successful, and just for that reason it's not an innate that I would recommend for PvP. It definitely has the potential to be viable if you build around its kit and build around the soul touch, but just in general I don't think it works very well in the higher ranks of PvP. But anyways, thank you for watching. If you made it this far, leave a comment to show that you're a real one. And please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I'll see you on the next one.